I saw this question floating around on social media, and I thought it was really interesting. They're asking if there's any downsides to pretty privilege. And I realized that self-selecting to answer this question is absolutely going to get me roasted, and I 100% deserve that. But I thought it was an interesting enough subject that I wanted to talk about it. I have 100% been the recipient of pretty privilege, but I didn't start receiving it until like my mid-30s. Like what you all think I look like I didn't grow into like this big nose and this body and all of that. I didn't grow into this until like my mid 30s. And that's when suddenly the internet started to take notice of me and I started to benefit from pretty privilege. Well, there are so many advantages and privileges and it can 100% open tons of doors for you. There are 3 downsides that I found. The first is all of the unsolicited nudes. People will just DM you, just unsolicited or really graphic or very personal statements like comments, messages, both in your comment section and in your DMs that are like really inappropriate and rather graphic and not okay in the slightest bit. But the problem with it intersects with pretty privilege is that if you deny them, if you push back, if you reject somebody in any way, even if you're really nice about it, people get really mad at you. People tell you that you should be grateful for the attention at all, or actually you're ugly. Actually, now that they're looking at you, you're actually not that cute to be rejecting them. Like you should be grateful that they were interested in you at all because you're actually not that cute. Second thing is that every single opinion that you ever express or every bit of expertise that you've earned is going to be filtered by a general audience by who they think you are based on what you look like. Now, I realize that that's true for everyone, but in the pretty privilege context, people just kind of assume. Anytime I talk about politics or sociology or queer rights or intersectional issue, like anything that I've absolutely earned the right to like speak about, that I have done the research, I have done the work, like I am in my lane and I am talking about it, I will still 100% get people being like, get political Ken over there trying to educate us or whatever. Like, and people will 100% think that like you have absolutely no right to speak in a space because they think that you're too conventionally attractive to be an expert. The third one is actually something I saw exhibited on The Boyfriend on Netflix. I don't know if you all have seen this show. It's wonderful. It's a gay dating show out of Japan that is doing phenomenal work. It's really gentle. It's really sweet. My husband and I are obsessed. But I noticed there's this guy on there who's a go-go dancer and everybody finds him very, very, very conventionally attractive. Like he's got the big muscular body. What was really interesting is how unapproachable people assumed he was. And that's the other part about like the dark side of pretty privilege is everybody assumes that you're mean or condescending, or if they want to approach you, that if they talk to you, you're going to belittle them. You're going to be mean to them. You're going to talk down to them. You're going to reject them in some kind of really rude way. And it can become really isolating. Like I have a lot of friends online, but I have far fewer IRL friends. Like I have far fewer friends in real life. That has to do with a few things. Like I've moved away from people. Some of my friends have moved away. Like I've moved states a few times, but a lot of that has to do with like, people think you're unapproachable. Like I'm always having to be the one to approach other people. And even then people are like, oh, I assumed you were a jerk. 100% want to state unequivocally, there are immense privileges that come with pretty privilege. Like being thought of as conventionally attractive, 100% comes with so many privileges that outweigh all of the other stuff by a mile. I'm still a cis white man. I still carry so many privileges. And I'm not saying that those are like outpaced by like the downside of pretty privilege, but I just thought it was an interesting conversation. Like, yeah, there's a lot of doors that open for you, but also, it comes with some really crappy assumptions that you have to constantly fight against and a lot of unsolicited nudes. And I wish that part would stop, especially. Thank you. Goodbye.